Syrian soldiers and officers lined up to reconcile their status on Wednesday, the first day of the new year, outside a reconciliation center in Homs in central Syria. Former soldiers were aiming to register their details with the new interim government so they could get new identity cards that would allow them to live and move freely in Syria. Former soldiers entering the center filled out an application form, received an application number and posed for a photograph. They received a receipt that will allow them to receive a temporary ID. The new Syrian interim government gave safety assurances and amnesty to soldiers and police officers who hadn't taken part in torture and killing during Assad's rule. Mazen Jabouli, an official at the Reconciliation Center, urged the former soldiers to surrender their weapons, saying, "We ask them to surrender the weapon to avoid any chaos and to avoid any legal questioning."
تعمل تسوية هي يطلع.
نحن بنستقبل عناصر النظام البائد المخلوع، بنستقبلهم على 4 مراحل. أول مرحلة بناخذ منهم الاسم، ثاني مرحلة بيتم تصويرهم، الثالثة بنسجل بياناتهم. المرحلة الرابعة بعد ما نخلص استكمال البيانات بنعطيهم وصل، هذا الوصل بموجبه بيستلموا الهوية المؤقتة بعد 10 أيام. تسليم السلاح عم بيكون قليل جدا، نحن عم نطالب انه يسلمونا سلاح مشان ما يصير في فوضى، وبنفس الوقت اذا ما سلمونا سلاح رح يعرضوا نفسهم لمساءلة قانونية.
Syrians have welcomed in a new year that seems to many to mean a promise of a brighter future after the unexpected fall of Bashar Assad's government weeks earlier. Hundreds gathered in Damascus to sing, dance and watch a fireworks display, many looking forward to a new beginning after the ousting of Assad. Elsewhere in the region, however, the mood was more somber, with many countries still reeling from war and ongoing crises. Syria's new government deployed dozens of soldiers in the Damascus suburb of Adra on Monday in search of alleged militiamen loyal to ousted President Bashar Assad. Several men were seen being rounded up and taken away in military police vehicles. A security campaign was carried out in Adra town which led to the arrest of the militia leaders in the area, said Abu Yarab, a security official who did not give his full name in accordance with regulations. Clashes erupted last week in several cities across Syria between Assad supporters and the new government, which is led by Islamist rebels. Since Assad's fall, dozens of Syrians have been killed in acts of revenge, according to activists and monitors, the vast majority of them from the minority Alawite community, an offshoot of Shiite Islam to which Assad belongs.
تم اليوم حملة أمنية في منطقة عذر البلد باعتقال رؤوس الشبيحة الموجودين في المنطقة، والحمد لله رب العالمين تم اعتقال 5 أشخاص من الرؤوس الموجودين في المنطقة.
The effectiveness of North Korean units is low and they do not change the situation at the front. This was stated by the Deputy Commander of the Freedom of Russia Legion, Maximilian Andronikov, call sign Caesar, on air at vecha.live. According to him, North Korean troops are using the cannon fodder tactics on the battlefield, which are typical of the First and Second World Wars. Caesar noted that this is being done to exhaust the Ukrainian armed forces' resources, such as ammunition and drones. These units are not particularly effective. To be honest, we expected more from them. These are the words of those who encountered them in battle, Caesar detailed. According to the fighter, Russian dictator Putin is throwing in all his reserves, trying to secure the occupied territories before possible negotiations, so the fighting at the front is very heavy. On November the 22nd, the commander of the combined unit of the 153rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, Nazary Kishak, call sign Sheriff, said that DPRK troops had already been spotted in one of the directions of the front in Ukraine. We see that there are already DPRK troops in our Kharkov direction, he noted. Earlier, it was reported that there are about 10,900 servicemen from the DPRK in the Kursk region of the Russian Federation. According to South Korean intelligence, these forces were deployed as part of a Russian airborne unit and marine unit. North Korean troops deployed in Russia's Kursk region are reportedly facing significant casualties and inadequate support from Russian forces, according to Ukrainian officials. President Volodymyr Zelensky stated that Russian troops are sending North Korean soldiers into battle with minimal protection, leading to what he described as very significant losses. We see that neither the Russian military nor their North Korean overseers have any interest in ensuring the survival of these North Koreans, Zelensky remarked. It has been hinted that Russian military and overseers of North Korean troops have made the soldiers expendable who are getting abandoned to be taken prisoner or die on the war front with Ukraine. Zelensky highlighted the extreme measures North Korean soldiers are taking to avoid capture, noting that several wounded soldiers had died after being taken prisoner by Ukrainian forces.